Alright, so the other day I was fishing at the dock, minding my own business, when I see a lovely mermaid from the distance. And then the next thing I know, I get a hook in my mouth and I get dragged out to the sea. And then the mermaids, they come after me and tried to drown me. I had to fight my way through a bunch of mermaids.
Lazy way to cook.
They had their nails freshly manicured and they tried to tear me apart. But yeah, I was almost on death and I didn't know what to do. How do I fight mermaids? And Rumpy, shut up, we're live.
No, Sophie, please. Please.
We're live.
But it's more interesting than what's going on.
No, you have to. Yeah, Rumpy, you want to finish the mermaid story? I forget.
Right, true.
Damn it, Sophie.
How do you forget getting attacked by mermaids? Well, I was underwater for like a couple minutes.
That will never get a resolution. I think we
One
mentioned
step closer to heaven.
we mentioned the Chris Pratt movie at least once or twice. Are you looking forward to that one?
I'm probably not gonna see it.
I want to see it. It actually doesn't look bad.
Yeah, I've got other things in mind.
There is the Furiosa movie,
That I'm looking towards.
which I love. Hideo Kojima, movie file extraordinaire and altogether madman. He has seen Furiosa and he actually said it was better than Mad Max Fury Road.
We'll see. Still, I am looking forward to Furiosa.
Oh yeah, no. And it's funny to me because I remember my reaction and a lot of people's reactions when George Miller said that he wanted to make a Furiosa film. A lot of people's first reaction, because this was announced like a year after
Get that
Fury
back
Road
to
came
John's
out.
bedroom. The things I do for stardom.
A lot of people's reactions was because he said he wanted to do a movie focused solely on Furiosa, and people were just like, "You did that. It was Mad Max Fury Road."
Who plays these?
I'm actually surprised that they were able to successfully make a movie where the main character isn't even the focus of the movie, and it's still as good as Fury Road was.
Furiosa's a pretty good movie.
Fury Road was nominated for Best Picture.
Which it deserved.
I don't know if I would have wanted Fury Road to win. That being said, give me 1 second. I need to remember what was nominated that year. Because that was 2016, right? Where it would have been nominated.
Let me fact check Fury Road.
30 years ago.
Yeah, no, it was 2016.
Yeah, it came out in 2015. All right.
So, George Miller was also nominated for Best Director that year.
Huh, neat.
Yeah, good for him. So what was nominated for? Hang on. Okay. Best Picture that year was The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight.
I saw The Martian and The Revenant. Those were pretty good.
I
comes from the
I
attic.
still need to see The Martian. Because I hear that one's a really good one.
Oh, it is.
It's also, that one was also based on a book as well, and I need to read the book.
I need to read the book too.
That comes from the games room.
But as for what won that year...
I'm gonna stare at this toaster until it pops up.
I love that. I love that line. Mad Max did win quite a few Oscars that year. I don't think it won Best Picture. Best Picture was Spotlight that year. But yeah, no, like Fury Road, I remember being real shocked that it was even nominated for Best Picture, and then I rewatched it around the time of the Oscars that year and thought, and rewatching it around the time of the Oscars, like, okay, yeah, no, I can see why it's nominated.
I wonder if Odie would fit in there.
Because again, I don't know if I would have wanted Fury Road to win, but it definitely at least deserved the nomination.
Yeah.
Because that is just it was a great film. And it's funny because it, like, I joked, but they probably easily could have taken Mad Max out of that film, and it still would have been a good film. Because he ironically did not really do much in that movie.
Nope.
Which is why a lot of people jokingly said when George Miller wanted to make a Furiosa film, it's why a lot of people kind of jokingly said, it's like, you already did that.
Here's
Mad
to
Max
life
Fury
in
Road.
Fat Lane.
But I'm looking forward to the Furiosa. Like, just in general, looking forward to it because Fury Road is just so good. And George Miller is just a fun director. Although I still love because Fury Road itself was in, I don't want to say development hell, but that took ages to finally come out.
Yep.
There is an episode of the hit 90s CGI cartoon reboot that actually did a parody of Mad Max, and the plot of that episode is almost one-to-one Fury Road.
I remember, you showed me that episode.
Yeah, it is almost one-to-one Fury Road, and what makes that episode so much funnier to me is I think the writer of that episode actually ended up working with George Miller on Fury Road.
Talk about art imitating life.
Yeah, like it basically, they essentially just extended that 30-minute episode into like a 2.5 hour movie. It's a good movie. Like, just in general, it's a good movie, but it is funny to me that they basically that episode basically was just a condensed version of Fury Road.
Here, I thought it was just...
I'll teach him to be a spider.
Just a Roadrunner short, extended with a cool guitarist. Anyway, I'll be right back. Hang on.
Go ahead. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say Roadrunner. I wonder what
happens when I suck this
cartoon.
But
I definitely would say Fury Road is basically just a fucking... It's a 2-hour car chase. It's a good 2-hour car chase, but it's a 2-hour car chase. And that fact alone is just...
I wonder what really happens when I suck this.
I'm just gonna...
I can push this.
Huh.
I can pull that.
I'm gonna wait for him to come back.
Lazy is taking a coffee break between naps.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I don't really have anything to say. That's the downside.
Yeah, I got not much to say on this one either.
I was waiting for you to come back because I was just gonna pull up a random. Here's some interesting facts about Garfield. So I'm gonna read.
Oh
them.
boy.
I'm gonna read them off so that we have at least some content.
Lazy is taking a coffee break between naps.
So this is from the website CBR. So take everything I'm about to say with a huge grain of salt. But let's get this. Let me read a couple facts. So it's like top 10 facts that are top 10 interesting facts about Garfield, and number 10 is Garfield is a pretty old cat.
Duh.
Well, what they say is when reading a Garfield strip, one never really thinks how old Garfield is, and that may be for a good reason. Garfield has gone through a few stylistic and background changes over its run, where the art style has changed drastically. However, it's important to note that it's all the same cat and the same strip nonetheless. One that has been in circulation as of writing for over 41 years. In 50 years, prepare to see your own grandchildren still reading Garfield. Number 9. This is actually pretty interesting. Number 9, Garfield has the world record for the most syndicated comic strip.
Huh.
I mean, that's interesting, but it's also like, yeah,
Some
I'm
games just
not
make
really
no
surprised in the
sense.
slightest. Peanuts Charles Schultz is one of the highest earning dead celebrities. Superman is the best-selling graphic novel of all time. Off in the East, One Piece holds the record for the most copies published. Sitting alongside them is Garfield, munching on some lasagna, holding the Guinness World Record for being the most syndicated comic strip.
Huh. Neat.
Yeah, as of 2002, Garfield has officially reached more homes than any of its predecessors, having been syndicated in 2,570 papers and reaching more than 263 million readers around the world. That was 2002. That is pretty impressive. This is one that I forgot, but it is actually like if you noticed in the den area in this game, you can see a little drawing desk. Garfield's owner, John Arbuckle, is a cartoonist.
Did know.
Yeah. That's something that I knew, but I like every once in a while I'll keep forgetting. Because in each a lot of Garfield TV shows and movies, we never see what John does. He just is kind of there. I mean, it's almost like the focus is on the funny, haha, orange cat eat lasagna. But it's interesting to me that I genuinely keep forgetting that John is supposed to be a cartoonist. Also, haven't finished the fucking guest room, and you want to know why I haven't finished the guest room? It's because of the fucking sombreros that I didn't realize aren't on there straight. I think it takes me another part or two to realize that's the problem.
Be stupid.
Oh, here's an interesting fact. Odie's original owner was John's ex-roommate Lyman.
Huh.
Originally come to John in desperate need of some help getting back on his feet, Lyman would play the role of John's green-shirted wacky roommate. Much to Garfield's own dismay, this also meant Lyman's dog Odie would be moving in, thus beginning the decades-long rivalry. Lyman, however, would not be getting the same treatment, as he would be later silently phased out of the strip, never be seen again. I think the last time we see Lyman in anything, I think like one of the picture frames in this game we do get to see Lyman, but that's about it. Other than that, one of the Garfield games actually has him just kind of chained up in a dungeon. And that's like one of the last times we see the character himself. Because I'm wondering if they just kind of stopped using the character because he wasn't very popular. But yeah, if you look closely at one of the photo frames in this game, you can actually see Lyman just in a picture frame, which is interesting. This I actually find really interesting. Garfield the cat is named after Jim Davis's grandfather.
I could buy it.
Yeah. What CBR says to this is, cartoonists often like to put a little bit of their own lives within their strips.
Oh, God. God, don't I know that.
Glares at Sophie. Granted, I'm glaring at Sophie for unrelated reasons. Peanut's little redhead girl was an actual girl in Charles Schultz's life. Calvin and Hobbes' Susie Durkins is named after Bill Watterson's wife's family dog.
Oh, yuck.
That is really
spider.
Following the small tradition, Jim Davis named his central character after his grandfather, James A. Garfield Davis, who, funnily enough, was also named after the 20th President of the United States, James A. Garfield.
Oh, so it all comes back on itself.
I just want I kind of want an image of Garfield dressed like James A. Garfield. This one is a little more obvious if you, because I know Rick and Morty made reference to this as a joke, but Garfield is a part of a strange shared universe with Ghostbusters. And what CBR says to this is, Bill Murray and Lorenzo Music have both had the honors of playing Garfield the Cat and Ghostbusters Peter Venkman. Bill Murray played Peter in the movies as well as Garfield in the live-action movie. Lorenzo Music would play Garfield in the animated specials from 82 to 91, and in Garfield and Friends from... I'm sorry. It says Garfield and Friends from 1998 to 1994.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure that's a typo, but... as well as Peter Venkman in the animated series of Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, it actually mentions here. This strange relationship would later be jokingly pointed out in the Rick and Morty episode 60 Minutes, where Rick Sanchez pointed out the same relation in the alternate
Looks
world
like
of
another
Absorb,
12-cup
expanding
morning.
the Garfield universe to even stranger places.
Neat.
This is actually pretty interesting. Jim Davis no longer draws the comic.
That makes sense.
He does still maintain final say on all of the strips that are released. So he does make sure that any strip that is released, like he says, whether or not it is. Sorry.
You saw-
Yeah, I finally saw the picture. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks like someone beat you to the punch.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not surprised that somebody did that.
I
I'm
can
just.
pull this.
I'm
I wonder
happier
what happens when I
that
suck
somebody
this.
had the same idea that I did. Professor Garfield is helping kids struggling with dyslexia.
I wonder what happens when I suck this.
So yeah, they're basically using Garfield to they're using Garfield as a way to help kids with dyslexia, which that's actually pretty good.
That's good.
Garfield has a sister series and a long-lost sibling. Jim Davis has worked on other comics in his career, his early one being Norm Nat, an early example of Davis incorporating his career's sarcasm into cartoons, but one would be rejected due to the foreseen unpopularity of Bugs. We are at the end of the part, so I'll continue this next part.
All right, see ya, everybody.
I'm trying to figure out which factoid I'm on. Anyway, but yeah, we'll see you guys next part.